السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. دمان كسوق قيب قلاياش حفلة قروح لبضن أدبني السلام يا مركو قرآن بان اللي بيسودوي قرآن كان بيسوا آخر. السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أنت عندك قرآن كفدا فالله ينوافعه أيضا قرآن كه مرلاد وحن همبليو يبوغادين وجدين يا هرت مشرحينا مستر علي شيغو
وما سنيا أذر عبد الجير إذن كرة آدي أدبو ما سنتين إن ما تقريب كنقطان تاريخ ذا ونكسن أو قروح ذا بدن قرم الساعة. It's a great day for us tonight to witness this reality, and for me it's a great honor to be with you, and because this is a great cause and significant in its importance. As Somali American, we come a long way to witness this day, have the privilege and honor to have Ali Scego, who've been in the Greater King County area more than 30 years. Those who know Ali Scego will tell us more about him. He's someone who helped folks from K to 12, education, higher education, workforce, and policy in general. And tonight, Ali Scego declared, as you know, to run position for Port of Seattle, and he will tell us why. But we know Port of Seattle is a gateway to the world, is one of the busiest ports in our region, in the Northwest. Dr. Ahmed Sheikh Amnour, please join us here.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kaliya insha Allah waan idin furayaa waxaan cabirayaa farxadda sidaan ugu faraxsanahay shirkan Ali Scego inaan kala soo qayb galo tartanka oo Ali ku jiro iyo walaalaha kaleba ma aha iyaga naftooda ma aha waxay raadinayaan waa community-ga inuu wax noqdo weey marka waxa la rabaa qof walba wixii aad ku caawin karto heel iyo hoo inaan la garab istaagno maal waa loo baahan doonaa waa loo baahan yahay sabood baa la rabaa macnawi ah inaan ku taageerno keligii ma aha qof kasta oo u baahan inaan codkeenna ku taageerno moraalkeenna ku taageerno waa inaan garab istaagno aad baan ugu faraxsanahay dad badan akhyaar ah mudanayaal iyo marwooyin baa la odhan jiraa male waa la halmaamee jooga galabta inaan arko insha allahu tacaalana waxaan rabaa hadallada dadka akhyaarta inoogu qoran rag iyo dumarba ayaa dhihi doona laakiin waxaan rabaa insha allahu tacaala inaan una ducayno oo cali aan ugu ducayno ilaahi subxaanahu wa tacaala hawshaas hadday khayr u tahay inuu waafajiyo haddii ay shar u tahayna alla subxaanahu wa tacaala garab mariyo annagana aan kulligeen xooggeena isu wada geyno insha allahu tacaala waan taageeraynaa waxaana dhahaa mar walba aniga qarashkayga iyo maalkayga iyo codkaygu waa diyaar bay ku yihiin insha allahu tacaala qof walba intayna joogtana waxaan rajaynaynaa intay naga maqanna inaan gaadhsiino مسجك من نمضة يوحدة يولالتنمضة يسجعيلك يوحوذ قبسه هذين نقدر رمضان وحبنا نقول مين ضد يوك لمركينا أركاننا أكتوذ وكل ذنينا لكن مركا إنه اسمه جنو أون جمعها إسقبسنو أون استاجرنو أوقف كأنه طموح أركتله هميله ميل أصعده aan inagana garab istaagno markaas ummadaha kalena waxayna la qabsanayaan oo ina taageerayaan ali mar labada ku taageersanahay soo dhawo insha Allah ta'ala jazakumullahu khair barakallahu
The city we're meeting tonight is the city of Tequila. It's a lot of change, some of the change we don't agree with. At the same time, we have Mayor of Tequila, Alan Ekber. Join us, please.
It's a real honor to be here tonight because Ollie can serve the port of Seattle with dignity and respect and provide a different emphasis that the port hasn't seen before. That's why I'm here supporting him. And as you think about the support, pull out your envelope and fill it out. Put some money forward. Bring this man through the primary. Thank you.
Join us, Anissa.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. So I have known Abdi Ali Scego since I was a little girl. Anoyer. Seattle waxaa imaanaya ano 6 sano jiro. And since that time, he has been someone who has been present. During first grade, he picked me up to take me to school because I went to school in the North End. We were a small Somali community at that time. Seattle mulugu badneen dad yare ahaayeen dad oo iswada jecel ahaayeen. And mar walba Abdi Ali wuu joogay. Meel walba oo looga baahnaa wuu joogay. Qof walba wuu garab qaban jiray. Okay? He was there, he supported, he did the right thing when no one was looking. He always supported people. He's helped me on everything from big decisions in life to 5th grade homework. And I think that really speaks true for the character of a person. It speaks true for what they want for their community. And it speaks true for the types of things that they are willing to do for other people. So waxaan dhihi lahaa abti taageera abti guuleyso. I really wish you the best, and I know that we are in good hands if you get this position for Port of Seattle.
Are you ready for change? Are you fired up? Please donate Ali Scego campaign now. Share your friend, your family, and they can donate generously. Let's make things happen. Let's make history tonight and showcase our full support for Ali Scego for Port of Seattle. We are political climate in here town. There is a great candidate, lawyer, and also community activist, Jeremy, King County, District 2. Please join us.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Gurmai Zahalai. You tried your best. It's okay.
Thank you.
My name is Gurmai Zahalai. I'm running for King County Council. I'm so excited to be here with Ali today and with all of you. I'm excited to be here in part because we all share a similar story. There are differences, but we all share a similar story in that when you're an immigrant and from an immigrant family, your parents flew here from another part of the world in hopes that their kids could have a better life. And once they got here, when I think about my own parents, once they got here, they struggled with language, they struggled with getting jobs that they could use to afford rent and car expenses and childcare. And they really struggled hard because they wanted to survive. And for all of you who are in my generation here, we owe a big debt to that generation for doing what they needed to do to make their kids survive. But we're now at the point we're not here to just survive, we're here to thrive. We're here to do. I'm so excited to see people that I grew up with like Anissa and Faiza and Omar doing amazing things because, again, we're thriving now because of our parents' generation. We're starting businesses, we're starting nonprofits, we're running for local office to make this our own community and shape laws that make our community better, and it's so exciting to see that. And so, Ali, when I see you running for office, you're paving the way for the rest of your community, and it means a lot to us. Thank you. So everyone, when you see somebody like Ali running for office, he's doing it for the community. Let's make sure that we support him as much as we can. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you, John. I want to say thank you, Ali Scego, when you encourage us and you challenge us to make America great, and all of us pledge that. And personally, I want to say we'll do whatever it takes to make your campaign most successful, and thank you so much. Can you welcome Obah Gardere, who is a technocrat and great community leader, to say a few words. Obah.
Time time, but thank you, Abdurrahman. And I think this is not difficult. Ali Scego, like everybody said, he's been in the community for a long time, doing great things. I have known him for over a decade now, and he's always where he's needed. And there's no a better leader than a person who is always there doing things that needs to be done when nobody is looking. So all I can say is, like, please donate to his campaign. Please come out for him and don't knock for him, you know. And I'm a mother of 3 children, and it's very important for my African-American Somali children to see people who look like them in the positions of power. And I think it's similar for all of you. So let's just make sure that we're not only electing people who look like us, but people who share our values, people who, you know, have been through the same tribulations and trials. And those kind of people are Ali Scego and, you know, other people that are running, like Germay. Did I get your spelling and your name right? Yeah, okay. So I think it's really representation matters, and we need to see people who understand where we come from, who actually understand what our issues are, and can move and make a difference in those kind of issues. And people like that are Ali Scego. Can I hear you say, Ali Scego for Port of Seattle? Ali Scego for Port of Seattle. Ali Scego for Port of Seattle. Now follow that with writing a check, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurdere. Thank you. And our sisters are wonderful. One I have 2 beautiful daughters, and they have great respect to see leaders who come from their background. And Ali, you are a role model for not just for these folks, but young generation. I want to please welcome Muhammad Ali Roble.
marka hore aad iyo aad waxaan ugu faraxsanahay Ali Scego in aan warbixin yar gaaban inaan ka sheegan raba. Waxaan ka shaqeeyaa Seattle Public School 25 sano aan ka shaqeynayo. 25 sano ka hor Ali Scego wuxuu ahay ninkii aniga i haargareeyay oo interviewga i geliyay. Marka waxaan arkaysiin qiimaha dheer oo leeyahay arkaysiin. waagaas waxaan ahaan arday shaqaale waxaan ahaan kaliya 5 shaqaale oo ah makaaliyaal macallin. taariikhdu bilaabay wuxuu soo keenay dad badan oo Soomaali waxay 6 qof aan nahay, dad badan oo u baahannahay caruurteen waxbarashada way ku liitaan qaxootiga ka imaanayaan. waxaan u baahannahay sidii waxbarashadii loogu hagaajin lahaa. marka wuxuu sameeyay in برنامج فربدن أو كمديهن رنتي after school program أوريه وحيد محمد إبراهيم وجوه ملاينا محمد إبراهيم أو برسنتي أيام حوفر after school program هذا مش وحيل جوجو أرضي بدن أو عمركاس على الشيغو أو للشقي جري أو هذا أو جعلك صباحي وحكميدا دكتور أنيسة دكتور فايزة ضد بدنا جوج وحاكلو جوج رنتي إن شقاله واجس أو جوجي عاو حنال جوجو إن فرحية قالي فرحية ساك وحاكلو جوج محمد سير أديرك ياوي وحاكلو جوج عبد جيري أو أضياسي رنتي ضدك أوري أو كشقي أو سيالد رنتي على شيغو وحياله فربنا أو كومونيتي أو سوقبتي تي ويا كنت وحيد إن هاي الصومالي أيها وحيو مرتقاتي على شيء إن ويل كذا قال جبناي ماشي قال جبنتان تجي مركب وحيد تري ولا الكيو ما صنت ويل كذا وجع وانتي لكن وحن آدي أدو فرح سنة هاي إن وحاجة تري إن ويل كذا مر أي ويل كذا قبل السعوديين وحيد تري وحاجة إن ويل كذا scholarship كي أو لو ديدي أو بلفيو قصة قينا على الشيء مركز لو دي كل واحد يدري إن وحنقول عويل كي وحقول على الجهة ورر عدي كلنا وحقول على ورر مركز واحد يدري على الشيء وهدوء هالهن ويلكي مقال جبلين ترى وحام تاجنا مكان قال جبنت محوك وسمير على الشيء وحوي سمير ترى مركي ويلكي سكولرشيب كي واحد أو وقت كذا هاي على الشيء يقول مدة ترى وإيه تجي ترى وتمشي وتجي وأرجع ترى ورقده وقاضي وحوي حفيظ geeyo cuniga waxbarashadiisii oo sii wata ayaa u sameeyey marka waxaa arkaysiin in qiimaha qofka oo leeyahay Soomaalinimada taasay ka mid tahay in waxaan u dooreen Cali Sheego wax kale ma anaga dan noogu jirta danta noogu jirta waxa waaye in Cali Sheego maanta markuu noqdo komishigaas oo qayb galo anaga faa'iido noota faa'iido hore aan u heesan jirnay faa'iido ka badan ka heleynaa marka fadlan maadaama Cali Sheego wax tarkiis badan soo aragnay haddana oo rabo komishiga inuu oo boorka noqdo fadlan aynu doonano Soomaalida waxay tiraan meel hoo u baahan maxaa la yiraahdaa meel hoo u baahan hadal waxa kama daro meel hoo u baahan marka fadlan waxaan u baahanahay in gacanta jeebka la geliyo aan doorano gacanta lacagta kaliya ma xataa waxaan u baahanahay loob inaan sameeyno dadka oo idil waxa waaye Cali Sheego maaha galiya degmo waa guud ahaan waa mahadsantihiin walaalayaal
Candidate from City of Kent, Engineer Awale Farah, who also making another historic campaign. Awale Farah, we hear you, we also support you, and please join us now. Welcome Awale Farah to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Awale Farah. I live in Kent, and I'm running for Kent City Council. I see a lot of faces here. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting our brother, Ali. It is very important, having now been in campaigning, it is very important to support. A little bit about me. I lived in Kent for about 20 years. I've worked as an engineer for Boeing. I've worked as an engineer in AT&T. Many of you, I've seen you all throughout the years. And I've decided to run for office. And this is this unselfish thing that you can do. The reason why Ali is stepping up is because we all know the challenges we have in our community and the things that face us every day. So for us to step up is a very challenging, but yet is rewarding, because it is the right thing to do. We live in this country, we're not going anywhere, and we gotta be part of the system. Some technical difficulties, don't worry about it. Yes. So many of our residents had recently moved to Kent, and that's one of the reasons that I've decided that I need to be part of the system and show the next generation that they need to be participating. Because many of our people don't realize participation is a key thing in order for us to ask for the things that we need for our cities, how we can be part of the solution. Most of us think, let somebody else do it. I've done it for years. I've worked, raised my family, thought it's somebody else's job. But it's not somebody else's job. It is every individual of us to take the responsibility to be part of it. You don't have to run for office. You can go to city council. You can sit in their meetings. You can ask the questions, because it's your tax money that is requiring all these people to make the decisions, and the policies they set is what you have to be living with. So I'm passionate, as you can see. And there's a reason why. I'm tired of looking other people to make the decisions for us. I thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to speak. And I like for you to do 3 things for Ali tonight. Vote, very important. Each one of you can vote because he's running for countywide. Actually, he has more to take than me. Next thing you can do is share. Share in your social media, because you have no idea how much power you have. Your word to go around. And the third thing is to donate.
Without money, there is no way Ali can win. Why? Why is that? Because when you donate, it shows that his community supports him. And the second thing is he needs to put out signs. Campaigns cost money, so please open your wallet, make sure you donate. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. I want to call one of the great activists in our region, Yasmin Aaron, who is the organizer. Okay. Thank you, Yasmin, for your courage and your community. Also, there's a number of candidates in our house tonight. Takale, who is running instead of CTAC. Takale, are you there? Welcome.
Look at all you, handsome face, beautiful faces. I can't tell you more. Before I say something, I want to ask you one question. I want you to turn around, ask the person who is sitting next to you, what you going to do to make Ali win this election. Make that ask now. Ask anyone who's sitting next to you and say, what are you going to do to make Ali win this election? Perfect. I'm going to tell you a few words here. How I find out Ali. So a couple of months ago, I think about a month ago, I heard someone whose name is Ali Scego running Port of Seattle. So the first thing I did was go on Google and Ali Scego. Let me tell you what I found out. Ali Scego is someone who has invested for years and years in his school, making sure that our kids go to school, not just only getting education, but also finding a bridge to employment once they get out of school. And that's what we need here for the most of the community that we represent. I live in SeaTac. I've lived SeaTac for years and years. I work at Port of Seattle. Port of Seattle, SeaTac Airport needs someone who looks like Ali Scego, who understands the challenge that SeaTac Airport and Port of Seattle are going through. Only last year, we had about 49.8 million passengers, travelers, pass through this airport. Only last year. There are a lot of small businesses here at SeaTac Airport, and most of them are not people of color owned, not immigrant owned. Having person like Ali will be an answer to that. If you look at airport right now, people who bring folks to airport, who take folks from airport back to downtown Seattle, anywhere in King County, taxi and Uber and Lyft, those are the people who look like me and look like you. And those people do not have a voice on decision-making table. So having Ali there will bring our voices, will bring our concern to the table at the Port of Seattle. So it's a very key, it's a very important to talk to your family, your friends, and make sure that we vote, register to vote, support Ali with anything that we can. With that being said, I'm also running for SeaTac City Council position number 5 here, right few blocks from here. Any support you can get to us will be also helpful. We're going to support each other. We're going to get through this. Thank you very much.
At this time, let me call Hamdi Abdullah, who is one of the great community leaders, to say a few words, and she know Ali as well.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وحن مر لبعد كو علنا يا إن أنو هم بلينا يا ولالك علي شيغو وحن هم بلينا يا قرشة وقرتي إنه يسوش الرحة بورت أوف سياتل إيه إنه موتشي إن إنه أباهن هاي leaders إننا كصوبحان بالشدة إننا كصوبحان وحن آدي وقفر حسنة هاي marka aynu aragno bulsho leader ka soo baxayo ayaan oran karnaa bulshadaasi waa nooshaha hadii aan leader ka soo bixin laakiin waa kuwa nabigi sallallahu alayhi wasallam uu yiri aishin wa mush aishin waa noolyiin laakiin ma noola nolosha iyo koriimada iyo farxadda iyo thriving community marka laga hadlahayo waxa weeye community shiikheeda leh shariifkeeda leh qofkeeda xunto sisan karta midkeeda wax dhacahay qaban karta midkeeda diinka u baahan u akhriyi karta midkeeda lunsan toosin karta cali sheegow ma aha nin ragga ku jira waad ogsoon tihiin taariikhdiisii ka hortay baa laga sheekeeyey meesha uu ka soo bilaabay waxaa ka hadlay ninka la yiraahdo cali oo uu ahaa raggii uu tilmaamta ugu horeysay uu siiyey ama shaqada qoray ma aha inuu macnaheedu cali ka weyn yahay laakiin waxaad ka garan kartaa isaga oo markaa da'diisu kaba yar tahay sida xaqiiqada ah in uu gartay in aynu u baahannahay carruurteennu inay korto inaynu u baahannahay inaan gacan qabanno ilal aanana cali sidii caliga labada caliga weyni sidii buu u hayaa gacanta mar labaad waxaan kuugu hambalyeynayaa cali walaalle inaad ka qayb gasho tartankaani ma aha CTAC ma aha takwila waa King County oo dhan wuxuu u baahan yahay in aad leedihiin idinku influence leedihiin dad u soo jiidi kartaan ma aha kaliya inaynu moodno inaynu bulshadeena kaliya wax tari karna cali uma ordayo Soomaali umana ordayo Afrikaan umana ordahayo qolo gaar ah wuxuu ordayaa ummadda ku nool King County oo dhan marka sidii aad u gadi lahaydeen cali waxaan u malaynayaa plan iyo strategy inuu leeyahay markuu inoo la yimaado ama inoo ka sheekeeyo sida aanu strategigiisa iyo plankiisa u gadi lahayn waa in aynu ku saacidnaa qof waliba waa yaqaanaa qof madaxa qof waliba waa yaqaanaa elected officials waa yaqaanaa sidii loogu saacidi lahaa marka waxa weeye hawshu waa bilaabatay markay dhex marayso iyo markay dhammaanaysaba guul baan ku rajaynayaa ilaahay idankiisa wassalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu.
There's a number of great leaders who run for office in our city, in our county, and there's Ahmed Abdi who ran last term. Port of Seattle Commission has some few words to say about the importance of this campaign, and he can share with us his perspective.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you for showing up today and for Ali Scego's campaign. And when I look back 2017, when I ran for Port of Seattle, I have learned a lot on that process. But before I go into that and why is it important for us to support Ali Scego, I would like to ask you one question. Please raise your hand if you did vote 2017. If you have voted 2017, raise your hand. All right. If you have voted 2018, please raise your hand. Great. If you're gonna vote 2019, raise your hand. Perfect. So that means that you guys are ready, right? And it takes each and every one of you that are here to do their best to support Ali Scego, and including any other person that is running that are here today from our community. And I myself, I am an immigrant. I came from Somalia. I was born in Somalia, but I grew up in Kenya. I grew up in refugee camps, and I stayed there for over 18 years. Knowing that if I get an opportunity to come to US, that I can make a good place. Coming here, I knew that, if you work hard, and you can always make a great thing in this country. This country provided us an opportunity to be here, and we thank God as well as we thank the people who have been here before us. However, as many of you said, that is not enough. When you look at where we live in King County, as well as the decisions that are made on our behalf, we are less than 0.000% in terms of representation. And that means that we need to work hard in order for us to be visible and be on the table. Is that correct? Do you agree with me? Yes. So 2017 for my campaign, when you look at it, it was successful in some ways. Even though we did not win, but we had an impact. And one of the impacts that we had was that we raised the issue And you know, as some of us, some already said, Port of Seattle is the 10 most rich ports in the United States. And when you look at Port of Seattle, it generates more than 160 billion yearly. And Port of Seattle is not only the seaside, it also includes the airport. And when you look at the workforce, we as immigrants, actually our income, probably more than 50% comes from Port of Seattle. And that's why it's really important for us to have a representation there. So during our campaign, my campaign, we were able to talk about those issues that our immigrant brothers and sisters were facing. And that got the attention of the people that were sitting in the power. And now, you know, since I came the second on that position, now we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to make a history here. How can we make that history? Is first of all, you listen to me, what I'm saying, when I'm talking to you, so that I can give you some tips in terms of how we can make Ali Scego successful in this campaign. Ali Scego does not need only a vote from you. He needs your support. He needs for you to talk to each and everybody that you know in King County. Let me give you one example. If you look at your phone, how many contacts do you have that people who live in King County? How many do you have? You have a lot, right? So that means those that you have within your network that are really important in this time. So what you can do is you can send them a text, talk to them, talk about Scego and what he has done. And as we know, Scego has been here and has impacted your lives one way or another, many of you. When I was on the process of running for Port of Seattle, Ali Scego came to me and he said, kudos, thank you for running. I was thinking about running for this office, but now that you are running, I'm going to support you. That's what he said. And that's why I'm here today to support him. Not only that, I'm going to vote for him, I'm going to contribute, I'm going to give him all the knowledge that I gained through that process on 2017 and make sure that we make him to be most successful in this campaign. Finally, most of us may not even know whether we are registered to vote, right? So there are some things we can do right now to change the conversation and how Ali Scego will be successful actually to go through the primary. So one of it is making sure that we register as many as we can. So if you need help, please contact Ali Scego, please contact Awale, please contact, if you live in Kent, if you live in SeaTac, please contact and Takele, and if you are, and also our brother who's running for King County, right? Yeah, that's really good. So all these guys, they need your vote. Make sure you know them where they are, you support them, and I'm here to support Ali Scego, and I'm giving my endorsement to him, and I'm looking forward each and every one of you to support him. Thank you so much for coming today.
aad baa horta mahadsantihiin dadka soo qayb galay. horta koob maxaa mahad celin rabaa dadkii ka shaqeeyay hawshaaneeto wax kala waday iyo dadkii halkan ka hadlay oo my bio introduction ku suubshay. So I'd like to thank the volunteers who made this thing happen, and also I'd like to thank those who came here and spoke about my behalf, and I appreciate for that. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Ali Scego, and a lot of you guys just say Ali Scego. Tonight probably you will see behind me that Scego somehow spells different than the way you hear. You hear Scego, And sometimes when I see your phone contact, you spell different way, S-H-E-G-O, S-H-E-G-O, but when you see in the ballot, it's going to come as it is, Scego, which is S-C-E-G-O. That kind of defines the way Somalians think about how Somali name spells. And because we are inherited the colonial writing, and that was before Somalian started writing their language. And I've been in King County almost like 27, 28 years. You know, it's great to see so many in community. In our days, probably were like less than 10. 2 pizza was kind of can feed the whole community. And tonight you can see that not only Somali community, but all East African community has grown so much. And so my story as immigrant is almost the same like your story, okay? We all came to the SeaTac airport with 2 things. One was we are excited that we are in America, but then you hit that there's some fear there because you're facing reality. Maybe mine was different because I came with a degree, but I saw a lot of communities, a lot of refugees who came with, you know, with only opportunity that they will get this only 8 months support and then that they are their own. And what somehow we all feel that we all succeed in America, but what we don't know is how things happen. There's 1,000 of people, you know, social workers, community workers, human rights, civil rights, that pave the way. They're doing invisible work, and they're doing God's work. Those are the people who make our life easier. We don't see them. We don't see them because they don't ask, nomination. We don't see them because that's how they choose, because they are doing God's work. So I know them because I'm one of them. I'm one of them, of the people who not only did the social services, but also social justice. Okay? And when I moved to Seattle, I was just recently graduated from the University of Maryland. I came with a degree of economics. I was thinking that I'm going to go to Seattle and become maybe next Nordstrom, you know, in search of success. Then I was lucky enough that I was able to open a small business down 23rd and Cherry. And one day I get called from Seattle School District saying that there's a wave of Somali refugees that came to schools and we don't have any support. So that was the call, and that's what we call higher call. You call that you get, that you've been called and you need to serve. So I closed my business, I ended up serving. And that's how I was pulled into social services and serving the community. So once I started working with the school districts, you know, trying to see, you know, kids not only gain education, but also gain their confidence, but also moving in a ways that they try to keep their culture and also end up in the mainstream. What I realized is that the kids, every few months or a few years, are moving from one house to another house, is because when they settle maybe somewhere, they only paid 8 months of rent, and from there, the mother and father has to take care from there. So what is going to happen is the reality is going to hit. Hey, this house that we have been settled is good enough, but we cannot afford. So we're going to be moving from one end to one end. If you guys go electgirmaya.com, you hear the same story that he was talking about it, how his family, that he moved like from Rainier Vista to New Holly to every place, is because the family were trying to readjust it in the community. So to me, I realized that in order to help the student, I need to start helping the parent. So I packed my stuff, I moved from the school district to workforce education and tried to help the adults. So that way, if the adults get the job, a better job, then they're able to stabilize their family and they stabilize the child. So that way the child can succeed, because we have a lot of bright students. I remember a family who moved, we went there to visit, and they had a 3rd grade child. She came as a refugee, but when she was in third grade in Iowa, she became the spelling bee winner. Then that family didn't stay in Iowa. They moved in Seattle. Within 1 year, they moved to Georgia. That tells you that the stability was because the parents didn't have a stable job. And so let me talk about the Port of Seattle. Port of Seattle is a great engine that's making our economy boom. And there's a lot of our community people work there. And it's something that you need. But somehow, it's not working for everybody. You can ask the ladies who clean the cabin cleaners of the airport once you get out, before you even come to, when you are in row 10, by the time you come row 1, you already see they already start cleaning. Those are hardworking. Ask them. Ask them, those people who are lifting the 50 million bags of the people, of travelers. Ask them Uber drivers, ask them the truck drivers, if the economy of the engine that's creating Port of Seattle is working for them. The answer is no. The Port of Seattle is generating a lot of billions of dollars, but it's not somehow, we are squeezing people who are making less in order so they can show profit in their quarterly and returns, so for the shareholders to see that the company is making profit. Then what happened is that majority of the people who work for the airport actually don't work for Port of Seattle. They work for contractors. The contractors who are just there for the buck. Once they hire our clients, our people, thanks to CTAG, today we have minimum wage is $15, which still is not winnable, it's not a livable wage. What happened is that you work on agency A for 2-3 years. Then what happened in that 3 years, the company A is going to lose contract because the salaries, say, somehow become heavy, and the contract goes to contract B. Now contract B is going to hire the people that contract A laid off with starting again from $15. You just barely made $16, $17. Now you have to start again because the Port of Seattle does not say, hey, if you want to run the contract, you have to pay equal share. That means if people are laid off from contract A, if they were there for 3 years, they need to move their seniority, they need to move their wage they've been working. And the airport also is good engine, but the airport is a CTAG, and the port, and the railroads, and they also has a real estate. Port of Seattle is the second largest landowner of King County. So what's the issues? The issues is the people who live in the pathways of the airplane are complaining because last year, 120 more planes landed in CTAG. That's almost 50 per month. It's like a 50 per hour that is coming to our CTAG area. So people are tired, say we cannot sleep. We can handle some time, but please, let's stop, have some curfew, maybe 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, so we can have deep sleep. We also polluting the environment. People are getting sick who live around the airport. The salmons are dying, the orcas are dying because all those noise that CTAG, not only the airport, but also the seaport are creating. So we see people are commuting from all the way 15 to 16 miles just to make $15 per hour. So we see people are driving solo because that's how it is. Okay, so if you have a solo drivers coming to the airport, that means you are also increasing traffic, you also increase the pollution. So what's my plan and why I'm running? The reason I'm running is because I see the people that I helped and put them in the jobs are somehow getting the short change of the economy. I see people who work at the airport cannot even leave SeaTac or Tequila now. Okay, so the 3 or 4 issues that I'm going to face is the environment. One is a quality of life. That means the airline, the ships has to be more quiet, less frequency, and especially, give the people opportunity to have a deep sleep at nighttime. Livable wage. Livable wage is not only $15. If you're making $15 and now the rent is increased to $300, you're actually making less than when you were making $12 and the rent was cheaper. So my solution is to livable wage is not the $15 entry-level position. The port is trying to increase their, create 100 new jobs in the next 10 years. Those jobs is going to be well-paying jobs. So what my intention is that anyone who's connected to the airport, whether you are TNC, a driver, whether you are cleaner, whether you are janitor, you should have upskilling. If you are a janitor and you like to become an agent, somehow we need to make that happen. If you are Uber driver and you want to become a Delta pilot, that should be happening. We need to create that perimeters. That perimeter says that if you are working at the airport, and if you are contractors or not, that we will create you a pathway to success. So that means the $15 will be a base, but $16 is not someone who's going to be there for 3 to 5 years or 10 years. Everybody should have a way out of that. And one thing is also a workforce housing. The port has a lot of land. They can either switch around with King County, they can partner with King County Housing, but they need to build housing around airport, whether it be Burien, Federal Way, Kent, Aquila, SeaTac. They need to build housing that they can give priority to those who work at the airport. You can prioritize. If you work at the airport for 3 years or more, you are eligible for one of those houses. People should not be coming from a long way to just make $15. People should be able to come around and drive. And those houses can be a co-op houses where people can have opportunity where you can buy and you can buy as a condominium type. And so all those are the issues that needs to win. As you know, you need to have representation. Today, we have 5 commissioners who don't have life experience as immigrant. As immigrant, as refugees, you acquire life experience, you understand poverty, you need to overcome. But when you have people who don't have that kind of experience, what's going to happen is they're going to create a bad policy. The same policy that when city of SeaTac and the people of SeaTac decided and they voted that you're going to be making $15 a minimum wage, then the port somehow found ways to exclude themselves because they told us $15 is going to be a burden to the employers. So those are the policies that we can stop once we be there. I know there's some good liberal people there, but now we need more than just be liberal. We need to be more progressive. We need people to be bold and take those issues into the people's life. I experienced the life of the immigrant. I experienced the life of the people who are working at the airport. I myself, when I went to college at University of Maryland, I drove cab at the airport of Washington, D.C. I do understand their pain. I do understand their struggle. Okay. So what it takes and what you can do to win this. Somehow I see myself as someone who's leading a movement rather than be a candidate for a port, because this is something that we need to start. This is like kind of creating a pathway for the next future. So what you can do is, as most of everybody else talked about it, make sure that you are registered. Make sure that you are registered. Make sure that you vote. Make sure that people that you know also are registered to vote. That is the most important part of it. Pass the information. 2, you need to figure out how to help. there's ways you can help. If you live in an environment where most of the, communities that are more of us there, you can just knock doors and ask them, hey, do you receive the ballot? Okay, let's vote together. Let's make things happen. So awareness is very important, because if I win, you win. If you win, I win. So this is together. That's why we need to have support Awale, we need to support Takele, we need to support Germay, because we are this together. Lastly, I know my wife is a very shy person and she doesn't like to get the credit, and I'd like to shout out for her. It's something about the Gadabursi. Yeah. They can't shy away. And also, thank you for all my kids, my nephew, my nieces, my brothers, my tribe. Thank you, Deka Ali, coming from Portland. Thank you, Jama. The webpage, my webpage is going to come soon, maybe a couple more days. It's going to be aliforport.org, and I will be sharing my Facebook. So thank you for coming, and thank you for your time.